Yo, what's up guys? This is the final video in my Araxxor week where I show you all the loot that I've gained throughout this week and I calculate how much profit we made during the entire week. Honestly, this week has been pretty fun. I've gotten a lot better at Araxxor. In the previous Araxxor week, that's when I was starting to actually get into Araxxor and start to learn how to do it properly. However, now I actually am really used to it, even though I do die stupidly sometimes. I'm quite happy with my 4.5 minute kills when I'm doing path 1 and 2. However, path 3 I'm still struggling a bit because I can only get 6.5 to 7 minute kills. So I guess that would be the next thing to aim for, aim to get better at path 3, especially when path 1 is also open, because I always get messed up by the mirrorback spiders when I'm fighting Araxxor, mainly just because when Araxxor is spawning the spiders, I don't really stop to check which ones are mirrorbacks. I just kind of want to DPS Araxxor down as quick as possible, and then if I actually spot a mirrorback, then I'll stop attacking. But sometimes by that time, it's too late, especially if I hurricane right as the mirrorback is spawning. But anyway, enough of that. Let's check out how much money we made during each day throughout the week. On day 1, it was a pretty nice start. We made a whopping 26 mil in just normal drops. I believe we got an Onyx drop, we got a Onyx bolt drop, and I think we got 10 Serenic scales from that day as well. So that was a really lucky day just for the Serenic scales. Even though they're not really worth that much, they're only worth 448k each at the moment, and they usually drop in packs of 2s or 3s. So it's a 900k drop whenever you get one of them, and I believe we got 5 individual drops of Serenic scales, so that was quite a lot. As for day 2, the normal drops weren't really coming in. We didn't get any Onyxes or any Onyx bolts or pheromones. We just got a couple of Serenic scales, and that made our normal loot value 15 mil. However, we did end up getting the middle piece of the spider leg, and I was really happy with that because we got that quite early on. We got that on day 2, so that meant it was looking bright for the rest of the week because we only had to get the other 2 pieces within the next 5 days, so the odds to get the other 2 pieces at that point were pretty damn high. Moving on to day 3, we got 24 mil in normal drops, and I believe on this day we didn't get any Onyxes either. However, we did get 2 Araxxor pheromones, and we also got a couple of Onyx bolt drops, so that's why we got around 24 mil, even though we didn't get any of the Uncut Onyxes, and on this day we didn't get any of the spider leg pieces or any of the hilts. However, moving on to day 4, this day was absolutely insane. Not only did we get a whopping 32 mil in normal drops, we got 3 spider leg top pieces. 2 of them were back to back, and then the other one was just an hour later, which was absolutely mad. And as if that wasn't enough, we got an Araxxor's Fang and an Araxxor's Web. And as if that wasn't enough, we got 3 individual Uncut Onyx drops, so that means we got 6 Uncut Onyxes in total during this day, and we also got 3 Onyx bolt drops also. So yeah, this was by far my best day at Araxxor, not only during this week, but ever. Just got so lucky and was really happy during this day. And at the end of day 4, we had 3 whole days to get the bottom piece of the spider leg in order to make the actual full spider leg and then turn it into a Noxious Scythe along with the fang that we got. And then guess what? The very next day, we ended up getting the bottom piece of the spider leg. And once again, along with a whopping 33 mil. So not only did we get the bottom piece of the spider leg, which I believe we got very early on. I think we got that within the first 3 kills. But on top of that, we also got another 3 individual Onyx drops, so that means we got 6 Uncut Onyxes. We got an Araxxor pheromone, we got a Onyx bolt drop, and we got 3 individual Serenic scale drops also. So once again, a very lucky day, even though obviously we didn't get as many hilts and as many spider leg pieces as the day previously. But I think day 4 is going to be pretty hard to top regardless. After day 5, I was just extremely happy because I knew we could have made our spider leg already. There was nothing more to worry about, nothing more to worry about if this week was going to be ruined by not being able to get that bottom piece. So it was all smooth sailing from there as we move on to day 6. Now in day 6, we only got 1 individual Uncut Onyx drop, so we got a couple of Uncut Onyxes, but we got 3 Onyx bolt drops, so that made up a lot of the money, and we didn't make an extraordinary amount of money during this day. We made 22 mil, and we didn't end up getting any of the leg pieces or hilts. And then moving on to day 7, which was yesterday, once again we got another 3 individual Uncut Onyx drops, we got an Araxxor pheromone, and we got an Onyx bolt drop. That made up the majority of the 31 mil that we got during day 7, and once again we did not get any of the spider leg pieces or hilts. However, I don't mind that just because we were done with the spider leg anyway, so literally during those days I wasn't worrying at all whether or not we were going to get a piece. So let's take a look at the totals here. In total, we gained 1 spider leg bottom, 1 spider leg middle, and 3 spider leg tops. We didn't end up getting one of the Araxxor's eyes, but we got a fang and a web. And a total there that you have not seen is that we got 5 Araxxor pheromones. So unfortunately, we didn't end up getting every single unique item, which I believe we got in the last Araxxor week. So we're just looking for the eye. And remember, in my Road to all boss drop series, I am doing Araxxor, so all this will count. I'm sure I'll make a section in the next episode of that series, just explaining what happened. I'm sure all you guys know anyway. But just in case for the viewers that didn't see this week, I'll just include a summary of what happened during that Road to all boss drop series. And we still need to go to Araxxor anyway. We still need to go and get that eye. And who knows how long that's going to take us. As for the charms, we ended up getting 353 gold, 162 green, 1224 crimson, and finally 1246 blues. So a very nice dropper for crimson and blue charms. Obviously not the fastest because it is Araxxor and you do get kills quite slowly. However, really not bad if you're looking to make money at the same time. And as for the other stuff, we ended up getting 55 overloads, 14 Triskelion key pieces, which I will be opening later, and we only got 1 effigy. So let's take a look at the total loot that we gained throughout this week in terms of just individuality. We ended up getting 178 mil. Now, a few items are missing from here, so I think it's an extra 5 mil on top of this. I just wanted to make it look as neat and tidy as possible, so you can just see those at the bottom as well. So let's say around 183 mil from the normal drops. And let's go over them individually here. We got 22 Uncut Onyxes, which made us 51 mil. Now, the value of Uncut Onyxes have been going up and down recently. I think it reached around 2.9 mil and now it's gone down to 2.3. Probably going to stabilize around this price. I think I'm just going to keep them in my bank until I can sell my bank tab. But yeah, no shock that Uncut Onyxes were the main moneymaker in terms of normal loot. Moving on to the second one, which is 1.1k Saradomin Brew Flasks, which made us 24 mil. And these have also gone down a bit relatively recently, but it's still a great source of money when you are doing Araxxor. We also got 2.3 Onyx Bolts, which evaluated to around 19 mil. 128 Magic Seeds, which was almost 12 mil. Exactly 1000 Runite Ore, which was 11.7. Now for the money, we got 9.3 mil in coins from Araxxor. However, the rest of the 11 mil is from the Araxxor pheromones. And I don't have them here in the price check because I used them in order to reset my enrage whilst I was doing Araxxor. So yeah, the 5 Araxxor pheromones that we got whilst doing Araxxor made up that 11 mil in coins. We got 23 of these Serenic Scales, which was 9.2 mil, 723 Magic Talismans, which was 5.1 mil, 120 Rune Plate Bodies, 4.5 mil, 264 Super Restore Flasks, which was almost 4 mil, 400 Hydrix Bolt Tips, 17k Araxxor Arrows, 515 Battle Staffs, 1.3k Adamantite Ore, 3.6k Magic Logs, and then finally 7.8k Coal. So here we did actually make quite a lot of money with just the normal drops. And I know some of you are going to ask, how much money did I actually spend doing Araxxor in terms of how much money did I spend on deaths? How much money did I spend on divine charges, in terms of food, in terms of potions? And my answer for you is I don't know. I don't track these things. And the reason I don't track these things is because it's not fun for me to track these things. I'm not going to write down every time I spend a bit of money or how much food I use. It's just way too much effort for me to do that, and to be honest, I don't really want to know anyway. All I care about at the end is the total loot, because like I said, it's just really not fun to track those things. Okay, so now that we've looked at the total loot, it's time to make our spider leg. Here we have the 3 spider leg tops, the spider leg middle, the spider leg bottom, the Araxxor's web, and the Araxxor's fang. So let's make this thing. We have the spider leg here, craft that, got the full spider leg here, and now we can add the top onto it, and we're going to make the Noxious Scythe, obviously, because that one is worth the most money. It's worth 167 mil at the moment, so let's go ahead and let's craft that. And there we go, a nice 167 mil just made from the Noxious Scythe. And I'm really disappointed that it's worth only 167. It used to be worth over 200 mil, but recently it's just dropped a lot, so that's kind of disappointing. But still, it's nice, 167 mil. Alright, as for the Triskelion keys, I just opened them all up, and let's see what we ended up getting. We got a nice 1.1 mil extra from this. And on top of that, we also got 5 Elite Clue Scrolls. So that's a very nice and welcome addition. So now if we take a look at the total amount of money made, in normal loot we made 183 mil. The Noxious Scythe was 167 mil, so them two added together is a grand total of 350 mil. And since we did 35 hours of this, that means we made 10 mil an hour. And that's actually pretty convenient, a bang on 10 mil an hour. That looks so nice. And if we compare this to my last Araxxor week, I think then we made around 12 mil an hour. But I remember during that week, we got insanely lucky with the Anchor Onyxes, with the normal loot. And on top of that, the Noxious Scythe was worth around 210 mil at the time. So I think during this week, it's more or less the same as that week. I don't really think there was too much difference apart from the price of the Noxious Scythe. And obviously, during that last week, we did get extremely lucky with the Anchor Onyxes, like I said. But yeah, this has been really fun. I actually did enjoy this week. And I hope you guys did as well. And I actually want to do another one of these with Nex, but I just can't really get into Nex. I've tried doing it, I've tried watching guides, but on the third phase, the blood phase I believe it's called, I just can't do it, man. I just can't get used to doing it. And I don't want to start up the week and then not get any kills during the first day because I just died like 50 times. So maybe I will do that in the future, not during this month, because obviously I do need a lot of time to get used to it in order to start the week. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this Araxxor week. Remember, I am uploading every single day this month, so if there are any videos in particular that you guys want to see, please do let me know and I will try to do them. And that is it for now, so I will see you in the next video, which is tomorrow. Peace!